I missed the boat when this was that Shadow Drop exclusive on Game Pass a few years ago. I just had got rid of my Game Pass so I could focus more on the games that I had in my backlog. For a while, this one stayed off my radar, but I kept hearing things about this. This is an action game, another hack and slash, quite the trend this month, I've noticed. But its overall combat mechanics are unlike anything that I played before in this genre. It's a cool feature for a bit, but for me, it quickly started to get tedious and annoying. All right. So everything in this game revolves around rhythm. You given a beat, you have to sync your attacks into this cadence for better combos and higher rankings, but it doesn't stop there, you know? The mechanic is integrated into the enemies you face. They're used for this like frustrating ass parry sequence that enemies use far more than I would have liked. And you got to keep on repeating this till you get it right. The rhythm elements even extend to like unlocking the areas and opening boxes. While I get the novelty of it, I'm ready to move on. I was ready to move on like really, really quick. But pulling it off on the first try feels great. But I've often felt like my controller needed some recalibration to properly sync certain moves throughout the game. Some of the platforming is herky-jerky, like I would overshoot my shot or miss the platform completely. While they don't really send you far back, if you miss it, it does get tiresome missing that platform multiple times. And the levels are way too long. You're basically seeing the same shit majority of the time. You're going through this factory, you're jumping from platform to platform, and you go into elevators and you're hitting this switch to turn on another elevator. They separate them in what they call like choruses. And still, it's like an hour long each time. It'll change up a bit once you get to the boss, but the balance isn't there. You do a shit ton of platforming, then you stop, fight some robots. They throw you into another different type of robot. You got to get figured out. It's a parry rhythm thing, and then you go back to platforming. That's my overall negatives of this game. It really made the game a slog at times, but luckily the positives kept me wanting to play the game. This is a beautiful looking game, all right? Let's not get it twisted. It's the most Cartoon Network video game I've seen. Every character looks cool. Everyone has an identity and a personality. The person that you're really running with majority of the time is his name is Chai. Real likable and fun to play with. Everybody on this game, like Macaroon, Peppermint, 808, which is the cat that follows you throughout the game. Everything has that likable touch to it outside of the areas that you're in.
But you made me say that. Couldn't Vandalay have designed this for, research or something?
Only you wouldn't find this suspicious. The point is, they can, and I need to stop that.
Well, I wish you good luck. But I have no idea how to get off this island and feel a little responsible for messing things up.
Great.
But even with that, you are going around and you can interact with robots and they banter and they have the back and forth with each other and themselves, which is very funny. This game really has a low-key nod to Seinfeld. If you find it, the factory itself is called Vandalay Machines or something like that. Vandalay Productions, which is that fake job that George Costanza used to say he worked at. And then it's this hidden robot that you find, and he does like monologues like that librarian guy from back from like the first season.
Look at this. Zonzo's out of stock and Roquefort's piling up. I tell ya, you want equality, start with the drinks. We all know the world's stacked against us, but sometimes we need a drink to forget. I'm talking about these drinks. Shows who's in charge, becomes a goal. Last thing we want is some of us thinking we don't have a shot.
A Seinfeld that was like taking his job like way too seriously. It's the same guy. It's the same guy, but it's like it's a robot. So pretty funny. I'll outright bust out laughing at some parts, like during like this one boss fight. You doing this standoff thing where you got to do these fucking parry sequences again. But Chai was told by Mac and them that like you need to talk this person down. Talk him down. He starts talking them down and instantly he says some goofy shit and pisses them off. This was like generally funny.
So what does it look like?
That I just want to talk?
I think all my defenses did my talking for me.
All I heard was a lot of meh.
Mr. Chai, do not escalate.
You are such an idiot.
Oh, this is bad.
Try to talk her down.
We saw you spying those Spectra files, so you know I wasn't lying.
Assessing the problem is my job. I don't need you to tell me.
Chai, don't attack her. Protect yourself.
I know you're not like the others, Corsica. You can feel something's wrong.
Chai, you are surprisingly convincing.
De-escalating. I think we may have a chance.
Or are you just too oblivious to figure that out?
Oh, come on!
And they was all in Chai's ear like, what the hell is your problem? Little funny beats like that make this game worth playing. They really make you care about these characters, and the bosses were dope, but there was just too much of this rhythm-based stuff for me. I didn't like it. The long level sections took me out of it. Upgrading your movesets and stats was pretty straightforward, but actually pulling off the moves was a whole different challenge. Maybe it's just me catching up with like age or whatever. My reflexes aren't what they used to since I'm in my early 40s. The story is what shines here, the visuals that like sometimes lean into like anime inspired, modern like Ghibli vibe to it, and even pivot to like classic Disney cartoons look. It all blends together and it looks really, really beautiful. And the ending was honestly like, it was the fucking titties. It was pretty dope. I gotta give it a C+. A C, I gotta give it a C, quite possibly a C+. I really got tired of the rhythm-based stuff real quick, very, very quick in the game. And it's integrated in everything. And it was too much for my taste. The levels just drag way too much, and the platformer pissed me off at times. Great story, top-notch characters, fighting while annoying when it comes to the parrying system, and the rhythm sequence was fun and satisfying when you pull off the moves when I was able to, but man, it was quite the chore. It's probably not a game I will go back to, but maybe when they drop a sequel, if they drop a sequel, I might check that one out. So Hi-Fi Rush gets a C.
The OWS.